And I was kind of thinking that I can almost imagine that there would have certainly been some kind of phone call, even though he may not have been invited. I still think that there would have been a discussion about it because they're close. And maybe, Harry was probably aware that it wasn't a good idea to be there. Because the thing is, it will overshadow, that's right, to overshadow the wedding. And obviously they don't want to do that. I would think they wouldn't want to do. I'd hope they wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? I would wonder whether he'd actually been invited at all for that reason.
Well,
but if they are quite close, then they could come to an understanding.
I think so, and I mean they've spent time together over recent years. There's a lot of people kind of saying that he's picked the camp. They're picking camp. I don't think that's. I think it's very difficult. It's difficult for any family when you have a fallout.
Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Now that is a segment from GB News, and as you heard, Grant Harold is actually saying that if Prince Harry had attended the wedding of Peter Phillips, who is Princess Anne's firstborn son, then he would have overshadowed the occasion. And honestly, I agree with him. I've seen the UK media saying how Prince Harry wasn't invited to this event, but honestly, I don't think that is true because apparently, well, from what I have read and from what I have heard people say, Peter Phillips and Prince Harry are very close. So I think he probably sent an invite to Prince Harry, but he could not come. As we all know, if Harry and Meghan had even shown up at that wedding, or even Prince Harry alone, then all the attention would be diverted to him. That is just a fact because the UK media, the entire UK, can't even focus for a minute on what is happening if Harry and Meghan are actually anywhere. So I personally agree with Grant Harold, and I think that is the reason why Prince Harry didn't attend this event. I believe he just wanted his cousin to have the day of his life, right? To shine and all the spotlight to be on him. But again, that is quite impossible when it comes to the UK media. I have seen that they can't seem to focus on anything because they'll keep bringing up Prince Harry and Meghan every single time, even if it has nothing to do with them. So the wedding of Peter Phillips happened today. Members of the royal family attended it. In fact, almost everyone attended that wedding, including Prince William, Kate Middleton, Princess Eugenie, Princess Beatrice, yet the attention was still, guess on who? Prince Harry and Meghan. Yeah, like literally, the UK media was still talking about Prince Harry and Meghan on Peter Phillips' day. I think that is quite disrespectful, but again, we're so used to the UK media making everything about Prince Harry and Meghan, right? So I'm just going to show you how the Sussexes still managed to take over the headlines unwillingly, because it's not like they did anything even on this day. So first of all, they were trending at #1 in the UK. So as you can see here, they were #1 trending in one person's post. As you can see, UK national news trending #1, Harry and Meghan, and then on another person's feed, also in the UK, #1 trending, #2 trending was Meghan, and then number 4 trending is the royal family. The royal family who attended this wedding, like literally almost every single one of them, didn't even manage to trend at #1 in X. And the Sussexes aren't begging for this attention. They haven't done anything, but then people are still going to be talking about them. They're going to make headlines about them. They are going to make a lot of posts about Prince Harry and Meghan, and that leads to them being the #1 discussion everywhere. Because why are they a discussion when they didn't even attend this event? When they do attend, they become a discussion. When they don't attend, they still become a discussion and even overshadow the entire occasion. I haven't seen majority of the UK media even cover that wedding. All I see are headlines about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I mean, take for example all of these headlines. One from the Daily Mail saying how Prince Harry's wedding half, Prince plans to duck cousin Peter Phillips' second nuptials today after intrusive Hello magazine photographers were invited in 2008. Then we also have another one from The Sun saying how Peter Phillips' wedding to nurse reveals truth about royals and Meg and Harry. And then another one from the News International saying how Peter Phillips' half-sister to attend royal wedding, Harry and Meghan snubbed. Snubbed by who? I don't think that is what actually happened. Then we also have another one from People magazine saying how Kate Middleton and Prince William attend cousin Peter Phillips' royal wedding, but Prince Harry wasn't invited. The Independent: royals to gather for wedding of Queen's favorite grandson, but Harry won't attend. Like, every single headline has Prince Harry and Meghan in it. Then we also have the New York Post saying royals celebrate wedding for Queen Elizabeth's favorite grandson, but not everyone was invited. Guess they're referring to Prince Harry and Meghan. Then Gloucestershire read Prince Harry and Meghan no show at Peter Phillips' wedding today. It's not like they were going to come anyway. Like, if the UK media didn't give as much attention to Prince Harry and Meghan, then maybe they would have attended this event. But all they do is talk about this couple. All they do is analyze every single thing that Prince Harry and Meghan do or do not do, which just makes everything kind of impossible, even for the Sussexes. Like, now their moves have to be restricted just so that they don't overshadow other members of that family. But personally, I don't think they are in bad terms with Peter Phillips. I actually think they are close, but for the sake of the headlines and the drama that the UK media can create out of this entire thing, I believe the Sussexes just decided to at least keep their distance on this day. And well, something else that I wanted to share with you is the double standards. Well, both Peter Phillips and his wife are divorcees. Yeah, they are both divorcees. And his wife actually managed to wear a gown, like a white gown, very beautiful. She actually looked so good. That veil was just so pretty on her. But guess who got a lot of complaints when she wore a white veil and a white gown on her wedding day? Well, you already know the answer, right? It was Meghan, because she too is a divorcee. But right now you don't see the outrage when it comes to Peter Phillips's wife. Honestly, the double standards are just so real. In fact, quoting from Prince Harry's own book, that is Spare, this is what he said concerning Meghan and the complaints that she got when she wore a white gown for her wedding. So he says, and I quote, "There had been spirited arguments in the back corridor of the palace about whether or not Meg could or should wear a veil. Not possible, some said. For a divorcee, a veil was thought to be out of the question. So they thought Meghan should not wear a white veil because she was a divorcee. Well, these people obviously set different standards when it comes to Meghan, but then when it comes to other people in that family, they seem to get away with everything. Like, what is the reason for people even complaining about a veil? I mean, it's just a veil. Why would someone even complain about that? So it's very petty of these people to continually set standards for Meghan. Like, they keep moving the goalposts when it comes to Meghan. Anything she does or anything she did while she was a working member of that family was termed as her breaking protocol, or something that someone who is a divorcee should not be doing. But you never see the outrage when it comes to other members. King Charles himself even married a divorcee. King Charles himself is a divorcee. Now Peter Phillips is a divorcee. His wife is a divorcee, but you don't see any outrage over their marriage or what they were wearing or the guest list or all of that. Like, the double standards are just so appalling. And Katerina even commented on this story saying, "So Harriet Spalding, who is a divorcee in her late 40s, is allowed to wear a veil and a tiara for her second wedding to another divorcee, Peter, but Meghan's veil and tiara were a problem." Well, you all know the reason, right? It is purely racism. They didn't like Meghan because she is a biracial woman, and that is the reason why they set so many standards for Meghan. That is the reason why they brought up so many protocol and what she should and should not do. So yeah, we clearly see everything that is happening. Anyway, that is it from me today, and I hope you have a lovely day ahead. And Kindly, if you haven't subscribed, consider doing that, and let's get our channel to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and goodbye.